Welcome. This is a presentation from DIY Marketing, where we say, yes, you can. Now, roll up your shirt sleeves and get out your elbow grease. You're going to learn how to become a dynamic DIY marketer.
Hi there, this is Lauren Darr. I'm coming to you from DIYmarketing.tv, and we are going to talk about creating a meet and greet mindset for your network marketing success. I'm sure you've heard before that to be successful, you need to have the right mindset. And all of us have very different personalities when it comes to networking. For someone like me, that's more of an introvert, networking is like one of the last things that I want to do, but I have a realization that it's important for my business. So I've kind of established some ground rules for myself for making sure that I get out there and I have the right attitude when it comes to networking when I'm at conferences or events or just little business social functions that you might go to in your locale. So I have 3 steps that I use to make sure that I have that right attitude when I'm attending a networking event. And I'm going to share those with you. My first rule is to get myself into an attitude of giving and of being of service. I know a lot of us go to some of these events and you find these people that are like a business card collectors is what I like to call them. When you meet these people, you feel like you've been in a networking drive-by hit and run because they want to come up and they want to shake your hand and they pump, hand you a business card. They want your business card and they ask you a couple quick questions and they're like, yeah, and they move on. And you know they absolutely have not heard you. They didn't care to hear you. They basically are there to just collect business cards. And so that's fine. I'll give these people my business card, but that is absolutely not the way that I approach going to a networking event. So getting in the right attitude and being of service to me is about intention. It's about intending to meet the right people at this event that would be good as colleagues or as vendors or even as clients for me and my business. And that for me sets the mood and attracts the right people to me when I go to these networking events. The next thing that I do, which is number 2 on my list, is engage in meaningful conversation. I am just not one for a lot of meaningless small talk. It's just not me. So when I meet people, I want to have a wholehearted interest and focus on that person, listen to them, ask meaningful questions, and really figure out, what do we have in common? And I talk less about myself and make it more about them. Now I know this feels kind of counterintuitive when you're going to a networking event because we're taught that going out to networking events, you're supposed to get out there and tell everybody about yourself and your products and your services and everything that you offer. And for me, that just has not worked. And so I am more of one, instead of going around and having a lot of small talk conversations with people, I want to engage with people and have a really meaningful conversation with someone that truly can be helpful to my business or I can be helpful to them. Number 3 on my list is when I meet people at networking events, I always focus on the other person. And I am in a spirit of listening. The spotlight is not on me or myself or my company. I am more of a hostess in that when there are other people that I might happen to know there and I can introduce that person to, I will introduce them and help them to network even more. I want them to feel welcomed when they're in my presence and comfortable around me so that they feel like when I am engaging with them on a business level, because we know that there's multiple stages to cultivating business. And I don't go to a networking event necessarily expecting to like make the deal right then and there. That would be great, but there's a cultivation and a process to that sales process. So I'm more of an observer. I tend to take the time to really carefully observe what is being said and how it's being said, body language, those types of things, so I can really get a good, clear understanding of that person, where they are in their life and business, and really understand, is this going to be a good relationship for me and my company moving forward? And that takes some time. You need to step back and really focus on the other person in order to do that. You would be very surprised at how many high-level C-suite offices you will get into when you follow these simple ground rules: having the right attitude, engaging in the meaningful conversation, and focusing completely on the other person and their needs, and following up to that after the networking event. It would be very surprising to you, perhaps, the level of offices that you can get into when they realize what kind of person you are as a networking person going to an event. I hope these tips have been helpful to you. They're definitely my own personal strategies, and feel free to employ them or tweak them, or you need to figure out, does this work for me? Is this true for me? And is it right for me in my business? Any comments, questions, or concerns are welcomed on my website. So please feel free to send those in on DIY Marketing.
This has been a presentation of DIY Marketing. Thank you for joining us. Now get out there and market, because oh yes, you most certainly can.